no rewind, no edit. 10-year vision in the mirror when I said it. They chasing little moments, I'm chasing a lineage. Listen. People out here chasing 30-second likes. I'm clocked in 10-year vision, putting steel in my spine for the fight. They be dancing all crazy, trying to catch the next wave. I'm in the quiet, laying blueprints, stacking bricks while they crave the selling sugar, quick fixes, empty receipts. I'm cooking slow, roasted purpose, planting generational seeds. They want a flash in the pan, I want a legacy feast. They scroll for validation, I'm signing deeds while they tweet. They feed the algorithm, then they wonder why they hollow. Trade a compass for a comment, and some numbers they can follow. Every click another chain link, tightening they leash, while I'm buying back my freedom, brick by brick, piece by piece. Feed the algorithm, watch their souls get deleted. I'm writing chapters and stolen, writing posts get deleted. They chase a viral moment just to fall off next. Wake up, architecting the kingdom that my grandkids will keep it screaming. Look at me, just to vanish off the screen and quietly owning acres, turning vision into scheme. Followers come and go like the seasons in the rain, but equity in my name, that's a different type of fame. They want a clip to go crazy, chase applause in the trend. I'm busy building foundations that'll stand when it ends. Let them dance for attention, let them bargain and name. I'm too busy building empires to compete for their flame. I'm investing in the soil, they just decorate the stage. I'm alive in real time, they just dying for a page. When the timeline forgets them and the hashtags all fade, my bloodline's still eating off the moves that I made. When the servers all crash and the numbers don't show, you gon' see who really plenty, who just pose for the glow. And the filters fall off and the noise go mute. All that's left is what you build and the truth you salute. No replay button when your story's complete, so I'm writing mine in granite while they dance for a tweet. Long game, long game, long game, long game, long game, long game, long game. It's the code that I keep. Up before the coming for more. Knock
Good morning, Grit Nation. I see we've got a few people in here already this morning. Alice, Kyle, good morning. And I'll tell you right now, if you are watching this on YouTube channel as live, good morning. If you're watching this on the replay, no matter where you're watching today, thank you for being part of Grit Nation. Thank you for joining me on this Monday morning for Coffee with Coach. Thank you. All right. Good morning, Grit Nation. We are Grit Nation, and we are here celebrating the opportunity this morning to be alive and to be able to live this day, this Monday morning, April 27, 2026. I am Coach Grit, and you are watching Coffee with Coach. Good morning, Clarissa. If you're hearing me talk to individuals and you're like, hey, who is he talking to? Let me tell you, I do have the Facebook comments up currently. So those who are watching this over on Facebook can directly talk and interact. I don't know if you are aware, but for those who are watching over on Facebook, maybe you're going, man, I put something in the comments, Coach, and you didn't comment right away. Well, there is a delay in the simulcast. I was not aware of this right away until one day I had both cameras up. I had my studio camera up and I had the Facebook camera up, and I'm like, that's not saying what I'm saying. Oh, there is a slight delay. Hey, I hope that y'all had a great weekend, and we are going to kick this. Good morning, Deborah. We're going to kick this weekend or this Monday off, this week off, with a really powerful coffee with Coach that I truly hope you get something from. Before we do that, there's a few things that we want to talk about. One, I'm just grateful that you're here. I know we had, especially here in America, we had quite an eventful weekend here in the news and political and everything taking place. We want to talk, though, this morning about a positive story that comes out of, let's see, the Albany International Airport. So Matthew, I'm probably going to slaughter his last name. You know, it's Matt, not Matthew. Probably is Matthew, but the article says Matt Baumgartner. He owns a wedding venue in Sand Lakes, New York, and he was recently going through, or has been going through, and using the Hudson or the Albany International Airport. And inside the Albany International Airport is the Hudson Valley Wine Bar. And he shared a TikTok video that went viral, all for the absolute reasons you would want something to go viral, right? It wasn't anything about a dance. It wasn't about a trend. It was about humanity. And he did a video about a bartender at the Hudson Valley Wine Bar in the Albany International Airport. He talks about in the video, and since then in articles or interviews, he's talked about this bartender, Catherine or Kathy Wynn, who he says every time he goes to this wine bar, he gets to see as what he calls his favorite airport bartender. And the video he posted has been viewed by 1 million times. And in it, you see this interaction between Matt and Kathy, and you can tell that there is this friendship that has blossomed. And he says, she just puts me at ease. And I walk in and she is there. Now, I don't know if any of you who watching this or have watched this have ever worked at an airport. As an author, I think it would be absolutely entertaining and interesting because it would give me the opportunity to see so many different personalities. But as someone who is working, I've often thought going through an airport, I don't know if I would want to work at an airport. Uh, because when you talk about so many different personalities, that's probably the reason I wouldn't want to work at an airport. You have to imagine that there are so many stressors when it comes to airport traffic, right? Are you going to get to your gate on time? Maybe your taxi or your Uber didn't get you there, or you're trying to figure out, are you going to lose your bags? Your flight is delayed, all these different stressors and the heightened anxiety already, especially if you're not a common traveler, is already there, right? And in that, we already know the human nature is to become snappy and expect things. And then you do have the people who, on a regular basis, travel, and they also seem to have a little bit of aloofness where they almost have this specific expectation of how they are to be treated. I'm like, dude, I don't know that you travel all the time. Don't know even who you are. But clearly, Kathy knows Matt. Matt knows Kathy, and he regularly shows up at this wine bar, and they have struck up a friendship. And he talks about in this interview how her personality and how she greets him and how just who she is as a person really calms him down. And I think that can go to remind us that no matter where we are, no matter what we do, no matter the responsibilities that we have in life, to be just a good human can change and have such a positive impact on somebody's life. And so, to Kathy and Matt, hey, thanks for sharing your story with us. That is the good story of the morning. Hey, folks, for those who are doing the workshop, we have 1 week. We kick off the basic training workshop next week, Monday. Now, with that being said, there's a few things that I do need to make clear to the rest of Grit Nation. A lot of times with these workshops, that may alter when Coffee with Coach is aired. Because if I have limited time to go on air, then that limited time is dedicated to the workshop. Doesn't mean we won't have Coffee with Coach. It just means that it may be in different times of the day because the first priority is going to be the workshop. The basic training workshop starts next Monday, runs for 4 weeks, runs the month of May. And I am so excited. I cannot wait. This is going to be powerful. The other news I want to explain, thanks to our Grit Nation editor, Clarissa. Thank you. She gave me notification over the weekend that the Resilient Workshop book is complete with the editing. So now I get the opportunity to format it and get it published. And we'll be getting ready to announce when we will be doing the Resilient Workshop. So we have a lot of things that are taking place. This morning here at Coffee with Coach, I want to talk to you. It's going to be a shocker. I know it really is. So what I want you guys to do, wherever you are, please sit down because I wouldn't want you to be so shocked that you fall over. I am going to use a metaphor today that is military based. Now I know that is a shocker. I'm sure that everybody, wherever you are at across this globe, across Grit Nation, is sitting there going, "What? Coach is using a military metaphor?" Hey, folks, I can't get away from it. It's what I've spent most of my life doing, and it has taught me so much. But this morning, I want to talk to you about how life has been preparing you, has been giving you a preparatory command that it is getting you ready to execute. And yet, so easily, we can trip ourselves up if we're not paying attention and we miss the execution of the plan or the execution, what you would call order. So, or the command of execution. And what I mean by that is when you were in the military, obviously things are, I hate to use the word pomp and circumstance, but there are specific, rigid, black and white things that you do in a sequence so that everybody does it together. Y'all have seen whether it's the US, whether it's a different country, you've seen those military parades where everyone is just snappy and looking good. You see the salutes, you see every the thing about that is that, at least in my experience here in the US, which I am sure is everywhere else, that's an assumption, but I think a pretty good assumption, is every single movement, there is a reason behind it, and there has been training behind it, and there has been practice before the final execution of it. But in order to get there in the practice, you must give signals that allows individuals to understand what is about to happen and then what will happen. And in the military, in at least the United States military, they call this the preparatory command, and then followed by the command of execution. You ever wonder why, individuals, if you've ever seen a military parade or something, and they've stopped and then they go to march, you will usually hear whoever is leading that formation usually give some type of command, such as troops or platoon, or if you're in the Air Force, flight. I don't know what they do in the Navy or the Marines, but the Army, it's usually platoon or squad, company, battalion. You will hear someone yell something out, such as that. That is the preparatory command. It is a notification. It is a standby. It is putting you on alert that you are about to be given a command of execution. You need to pay attention. So, for example, if you are about to, you know, salute, you would say something such as ready. That puts everyone on attention. Salute, salute. Everyone salutes at the same time. What that does is that makes sure that everyone is on the same page, doing the same thing all at once. So if you are wanting to get a squad or platoon or flight or whatever it is, a unit to move forward into a march, first of all, there is a specific sequence that they already know. They already know that in a march, you are going to lead off with your left foot. Thus, why you hear cadence go your left, your left, your left, right or left, your left. It starts off with left. The cadence is never your right, it is, that sounds just so weird. It is always the left because you are going to initiate. Those people in the unit have been trained that you lead off with your left foot. And when you are getting ready to march, you say unit or squad or platoon. And it is whatever unit that you are calling out, they are aware. Oh, pay attention. And then the follow up, that is the preparatory command. Life gives us preparatory commands. The issue is we're not paying attention. Life will let us know when it is that it is going to set us up for the next segment of what we need to do. It may be something small, it may be something big, it may be a chaotic moment that is the preparatory command that the bottom drops out from under you and you're like, okay, I'm paying attention. Cool. The crazy thing about that is, though, many times in my life experience, I can go back and take a look and realize that before the bottom fell out, there was small cues that I just didn't catch, that I wasn't paying attention to. I wasn't staying alert, right? And life was giving me that preparatory, be prepared, pay attention. We're about to move. And I'm just lollygagging. I'm sipping my coffee. I'm BSing with my buddies. I'm on autopilot. I'm just doing whatever. And it's life goes, hey, you pay attention. I'm giving you a preparatory command. I'm preparing you for what's about to come, the command of execution. And I'm not paying attention. All of a sudden, Life goes, he's not paying attention. Boom. It is very similar to like basic training. We're about to do the basic training workshop starting next Monday. And it is similar to that, where you show up and you're a brand new civilian, or you're a civilian, you're brand new to the military mindset. You don't really know anything about it. You kind of have an understanding. Maybe you had some family that was part of the military. I don't know. But in that first interaction with that drill sergeant, that voice grabs a hold of the core of your soul. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what did I get? There probably was some clues, right? I will never forget one of the funniest stories. I still remember it years later. In fact, dang, I'm old. Probably almost 30 years later. I'll never forget getting to my training unit after the reception battalion and coming off what they called the cattle trucks. And we all had our big green duffel bag full of all of our belongings. And we had one of the soldiers had powdered laundry detergent at the very top of his bag. And his bag was partially open, and somehow the laundry detergent had got busted open. And I'll never forget, he was not listening to the drill sergeant as he's coming off. He wasn't there was clues. The clue would have been the truck is stopping. The clue is that you see a whole bunch of men in brown round drill sergeant's hats. There's the preparatory command. That's the clue that something's about to happen. And he wasn't paying attention. And all of a sudden the drill sergeant starts yelling at him to do something. And he did not know his left hand from his right hand. And the drill sergeants began to run him in a circle. And as he was running in a circle, his laundry detergent was pouring out of his back duffel bag. And so he's leaving this circled path. And when the drill sergeants figured that out, they just had a heyday. They just had him keep running. Life similar to that. There are clues. We have to be paying attention. That preparatory command may come quietly, or it could come as a very forceful sound of the drill sergeant's voice, or life saying, pay attention. What I've also seen in that preparatory command is, you, especially in a formation, and let's go back to basic training, and you get individuals who are so hyped up and tight and tense, and they're brand new to this and they don't want to mess up, that life will give them a preparatory command such as platoon. And you know you're about to move, so you are aware that the next command, the command of execution, is going to be something such as forward move. Forward move. And what we see is, you'll see 2 or 3 people stumble because they were anticipating the command of execution. They didn't go when everyone else did. They went before the command of execution. They went before they were told to go. They stumbled and caused a ripple effect in the formation that made it look sloppy. And just as many times we may miss the preparatory command, there are also times where we are so used to missing it that now we're paying attention and we're waiting for it. But there is a slight pause in between the preparatory command and the command of execution, that command to actually move. And in that anticipation, we may have a tendency in our lives to move before the command of execution takes place. And what that does for us is it trips us up and it causes us to look foolish. Now, that doesn't mean that later on we don't move at all, because that will also look. What it does is it gets us to understand that life has a rhythm. Our success has a rhythm. Our dreams and goals and achieving those things have rhythm. First of all, we must pay attention for the preparatory command. Second of all, we must understand how this goes. We must understand that between the preparatory command and the command of execution, there is a breath. Now, in life, that breath may not just be a breath. That breath may be a week. That breath may be a month. That breath may be a year. It is comes in between the time where life says, pay attention. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to lose out. The formation is going to move forward and you're not going to be with them. And it's going to be obvious if you think of a military unit that are together and you are thinking of them moving as one unit, and then right in the middle of it, someone is not paying attention and the unit moves forward and that person does not. It's obvious. It is also obvious when that person moves forward because they were not paying attention and the rest of the unit does not, because the command of execution has not taken place yet. Now, once that command of execution takes place, you have spent time training for this moment. You have gone through drills. The drills of marching, you get so tired of it in basic training because it is over and over and over and over, because there's a lot to it. There's a left face, there's a right face, there's an about face, there's a shuffle step, just in case everybody gets off step. There are so many different small nuances within the movement that you must learn in order to remain fluid and get from the preparatory command to the command of execution and accomplish the objective. Accomplish the objective. And so today, what you can learn from this, what you can take from this is, one, are you even paying attention? Second of all, in paying attention, are you in sequence to what life is trying, where life is trying to take you, the steps that need to be taken? And then understand that you have done small bits of training. Maybe you're actually in training. You are constantly going through this military movement training where it's just repetitive and you're like, okay, I am done doing this marching training. I am constantly just march, march, march. Okay, we're done. All right, no, we're getting back out on the parade field. Everybody getting back in formation. And then you hear those words again: platoon, forward, march, forward, march. And you're like, oh my God, if I have to hear that one more time. The thing is, it is creating repetition and habit. And then it becomes to where you're paying attention, but without even realizing, subconsciously, you pick up on life's preparatory commands. And then you are ready for the command of execution to execute the call so that you can move forward to the objection, or yeah, yeah, where you're headed to. That did not sound right, but when you are moving forward. So my friends, today, maybe you're in the training piece of it and you need to be really fine tuning, because I will tell you, you don't want to be that soldier, that airman, that sailor, that Marine, that coastie. Yes, Space Force, I know you're out there. You don't want to be that Space Force. I don't know what they call them. They don't call them spacemen. I don't know what they call the Space Force troops, but you don't want to be that individual that doesn't catch on, because here's why. When you don't catch on, the whole unit has to keep doing it until everybody catches on. And you finally have been done enough repetitions that you're paying attention and you're ready for that preparatory command. And then you jump the gun because you're so excited and you're anxious. And then you finally get to that point where now you know there's a pause. And in that pause, you're okay with that pause. You may not be okay in the aspect of you're ready to move, let's get this over with, but you have an understanding, a comprehension that the pause is going to be there. And then once the command of execution is given, You are ready to execute with confidence, but it takes a lot more steps before you get to that to where you can do this fluidly. And it doesn't mean you're not going to mess it up some other time, right? I can't tell you how many times in my military career it got to where it was just second nature. You heard it almost where you didn't even hear the preparatory command. It was just subconscious. You heard the noise and you knew to pay attention. And you knew that the command of execution was coming. And as soon as you heard that, you executed. But sometimes it caught you off guard. And all of a sudden, everyone's moving. You're like, oh, I hope nobody saw that. But you still want to move to get to the objective. That's the word objective, not objection. And so you move. And that's the other thing. Even if you mess up, I'm sure someone saw it. And you may even get razzed for it. But the point of it is the command of execution has been given. Now move. Your response is your responsibility this morning. I hope that you get something out of this. And I hope that you are this morning, today, begin to look around you to see what preparatory commands life is giving you. Or it might be that you're in the pause. You already got the preparatory command. Now, what's the command of execution? And even if you miss it and you mess it up, you better get moving forward. Your response, yours.